Hey everybody. Sorry about the bad camera angle. I'm trying to be my own cameraman, and well, I'm not very good at it, so let's just live with it. Um, so I just we're getting organized. Aaron and I are actually going to Iceland in a couple days here, and we're getting packed up and organized. And one of the things I just wanted to make a quick, I guess, kind of instructional video about is food for backcountry hiking. I know when Aaron and I first got into it, we were pretty intimidated by the idea. I know I did a ton of Google searching, and people, oh, if you have a dehydrator and a smoker and a humidifier and a freeze dryer, and oh, good lord, stop. It's too complicated. And then you can go and you can buy stuff like Mountain House makes really good stuff. But I find that dehydrated food, one, it's very expensive. Two, it's not that good. Like it's edible, but compared to like food you can cook at home, it's just not. And I find it really upsets my stomach. So I tend to avoid it. Now, the first couple times Aaron and I went camping, we were like packing in cans of soup, which are very heavy. And I know somebody who's watching this is laughing at me right now, and that's totally fair. So what we started doing is just kind of making our own stuff. Now, we have a dehydrator now, so we cheat and do it that way. But one thing that a lot of people overlook is you can do things like buy mac and cheese. This is Annie's brand from Costco, but like Kraft Dinner or really anything would work. I take it out of the box and put it into like a big Ziploc freezer bag. And you know what? It cooks up just as well out there as it does at home. And it's really handy because I can throw in things like any of your cured sausages like salami, summer sausage, things like that. Pepperoni, I guess, though pepperoni is more of a eat it as it is snack, not add it to things. But cured meats don't need refrigeration long term or short term, so like 4 or 5, 6 days, it'll be okay unless you're talking like tropical heat. So that's one way to kind of kick it up a little bit. Another thing that works really well is dehydrated mashed potatoes. You can buy them at any grocery store, and they're delicious. And same thing, you can add little bits of meat to it, or you can add some hard cheeses, things like that. Yeah, and of course, if you do ever break down and buy a dehydrator, that opens up a whole world of things for you. But if you're just getting into it, you're talking 2-3 day hikes, you know what? Just, get some mac and cheese and some dehydrated mashed potatoes. And honestly, if you get the garlic ones, they're fantastic. For lunches, we tend to just do like, granola bars, trail mix, boiled eggs are really good. They last a long time. And like Baby Bell cheese. Those, after about day 4, day 5, they tend to get a little soft and soggy, but actually, on day 5 when you're tired and it's raining out, that's still a pretty good pick-me-up. For other snacks, cheese is always good. Snickers bars, chocolate bars. Snickers are very calorie dense. They've got, enough sugar to kind of perk you up a little. They've got nuts in them, which are very filling and a little fatty. And, they're delicious. So when you're out hiking and you're just having a bit of a rough day, have a Snickers and you'll feel better. Really, any chocolate bar would work, but that one seems to be kind of the go-to for a lot of people in the hiking world, myself included. Breakfast, this is the one this is what this video is really about. That's what I'm getting to here. For breakfast, my wife Erin really likes to do just the oatmeal packets, like the Quaker Oats. I find I don't like eating first thing in the morning. I like to kind of get up, start the day, move around a little, get the blood flowing. And I don't like dirtying dishes because I'm lazy, like very lazy. So, the oatmeal works great. You have to boil water, you mix it in, now you got a dirty bowl, but that's okay. You can give it a quick rinse. You're camping. Things aren't the that when you're camping. Like that 3-second rule or whatever it is becomes like 15 seconds. Like you just brush the dirt off. It's okay. Dishes don't have to be washed completely between meals. It's more of a rinse. Like, just you let things slide. But anyway, for me, for breakfast, what I like to do is actually cereal. And it's dead simple. And for some reason, it took me a long time to think of. So hopefully this helps somebody out. But basically, all I do is take a Ziploc bag. I like the heavier duty freezer ones. The medium size works best. And then I have a little bit of granola or oatmeal-y kind of cereal. The brand I like for more of a granola is actually Harvest Crunch. I find it's basically like a mix between cereal and granola. Works great. So I just, pour a little bit of that in a bag. Which I know, very original. Cereal. Who would have thought you can take cereal hiking? And of course, this is absolutely the kind of thing you eyeball. There is no right amount. You're always hungrier when you're hiking than you think you're going to be, so And then I take some of this freeze-dried fruit. I got this at Mount Aquima Co-op, but it's just banana berry. Yeah, it's just freeze-dried fruit. You can get it anywhere. Go to like a bulk barn or something like that. They'll have something similar to, dehydrated fruit. The freeze-dried's a little bit lighter weight, but really, we're not talking a whole world of difference here. Yeah, pour a little bit of that in. Again, pretty forgiving if you put too much or too little. Just change the taste a little. And then the last thing I put in is a handful of chocolate chips. Because I like chocolate chips and I like sugar and I'm a big man child and I'm out hiking, so I'm going to treat myself. That's really the basics of it. And then if you're going, like we're going to another country, so we're actually going to Iceland. When we fly in, we're not allowed to bring dairy products with us, so I'm just going to leave it alone and pick up powdered milk when I'm there. And for those people traveling internationally, which if you're doing a backcountry hike internationally, that's a huge jump for your first thing. Like you should know as much or ideally more than me if you're doing that. But anyway, if you're traveling, you want to take this with you, blah, blah, blah. Powdered milk is very common, very standard, pretty much everywhere else in the world outside of North America because, I don't know, I think we have more access to refrigeration or maybe we're pampered or maybe dairy farming is just different here. I don't know. Anyway, it can be found in North America. Have some here and same thing. I just pour a little bit in there. I eyeball it. I think I actually sat down and figured it out one time. It's something like 4 tablespoons. You can check on the back. It'll say how much water, like how many tablespoons per cup, etc. But yeah, just pour that in there. And that packs up nice and light. Stuff that in your pocket. And then when you're hiking around, you got to move on at say 8 a.m., 10 o'clock, you decide you want to stop, have a break, pull your spoon out of your pocket, pour some water in there, and you've got a snack. In fact, it's kind of snacky right now, and I can't take this with me because I put powdered milk in it, so I'm just going to go ahead and treat myself. Anyway, not exactly exciting stuff, but that's just a quick, easy breakfast for those of you that maybe have a bit of a softer stomach like myself. You can probably take the chocolate chips out if you got a softer stomach. Or if you just don't like the idea of having to boil water and burn more fuel and blah, blah, blah in the morning. Quick, easy, simple. And I suppose you could use it for other stuff too, like if you have kids or something and you want to just like feed them at the park and you don't have to track milk around with you. Powdered milk, lifesaver. Anyway, hopefully that's helpful.